In this week's episode of Law Enforcement Today, we're taking on everything from Starbucks kicking cops out of coffee shops to officer training and survival. So I'm sure you guys saw this in Arizona. 5 cops were kicked out of a Starbucks coffee shop by a barista because one of the customers was triggered by the sight of officers, said ironically they didn't feel safe there. Now we could dive into that in a second, but I want to give a shout out. This was my favorite part of the story. My boy Sal DeFranco and his wife Dana. Sal is a former Navy SEAL. They started Battlegrounds Coffee, and they were so enraged by this that they turned around and said, we are donating 50% of our online profits for the entire month of July to Concerns of Police Survivors, because that's what you do when you're an American. Shameless plug for these guys. The internet went wild.
Today I'm here with Dr. Richard Kamen.
And we understand how to better do the training and who should do the training and how often we should do the training, so that when in a life-threatening situation you need to, for example, take your tourniquet off your belt, it's hopefully not the first time you've done it in a year. You're comfortable doing it upside down in the dark, maybe unfortunately while someone's trying to kill you, in order to save your life or somebody else's life.
It was a pretty chaotic scene, little kids, cooking on the stove. It's, pots and pans cooking and dogs barking. And I remember grabbing onto this guy who was smaller than me and not as strong or not as fit as I was at the time, having just come out of the academy. And I just couldn't believe how difficult it was to subdue somebody that did not want to be taken. Much different than in training. There's a strength that comes out of people when they're fighting for their freedom that is much different than you can recreate when we're on the mats.
Thank you all for watching. God bless America.